Before this video begins, I want to make it very clear that I'm not paid by Skillshare to make this video. This is just my personal experience being both a teacher as well as someone who's consuming the content on Skillshare, because I always like learning new skills and new things to make content about. So as you probably know, there are a ton of videos going around on YouTube right now about the new learning platform Skillshare. Well, it's not really a new platform, but just recently in the past 12 months, there's been a ton of videos promoting the platform, other creators making videos about it. And today I'm going to give you an unbiased opinion on the platform itself. Should you spend your time creating courses as a teacher? And then also what the user experience is like. To start off, I'm going to be talking about my experience as a student or just a regular user of the platform. And then later on, I'm going to be diving into my teacher stats, going over my traction on my courses, the creation, the production, and then as well as the uploading of a course on Skillshare, my monetary gains and what that looks like, and then all of my other teacher stats bundled into one section. So that's a little bit later on in this video, but to start off, I'd like to talk about the user experience for a new person signing up. Lastly, if you want to go ahead and try out Skillshare for yourself, I do have an affiliate link, which is completely separate from being sponsored, but I do have an affiliate link in the description down below. You can get 2 months for free. That saves you about $20 in subscription fees. I do get a little bit of monetary kickback from the link if you choose to use it. Just want to make that clear as well. All right, so I'm going to go over the pros of using Skillshare. So the first pro is that there is a ton of different content and skills, as in the name Skillshare, that you can learn on the platform. Whether you're a content producer like I am myself, or if you're more into something like coding, there is a class on Skillshare for whoever you are. Not just that though, there's a ton of mini subjects and mini topics on that large, broader topic. So for example, if we go on Skillshare right now and we type in Photoshop, there are going to be a ton of classes dedicated to going over the entire program. But then also you're gonna have a bunch of classes under those that may be a little bit shorter, but go into in-depth details on one or two specific uses in the program. And that's the same for basically every other topic that you can learn. What all of that boils down to is that regardless if you're a beginner to a topic or you're more advanced, there's always going to be something that you can learn from Skillshare. The second pro is honestly personal preference. I'm going to say that, but the actual content produced on the platform by course creators is really high quality, and it doesn't rival basically anything else that I've seen online. Skillshare and Skillshare's creators put a ton of effort into making sure the courses are both informative, but also look really professional and are produced well. You're not going to find that same type of quality level as well as one-on-one direct communication with the course instructor as you would on other learning platforms or other video platforms online, such as something like YouTube. Again, you're going to enjoy that one-on-one personal connection with the course creator in the Skillshare platform, unlike on YouTube where comments can a lot of the time just get lost. The third pro for using Skillshare is actually the price. For what you're getting in terms of raw value, $10 a month is actually pretty dang good. If you put it into practical terms, say you learn a skill or two from Skillshare creators and then you go and put that into practice, well, the chances of you making that money back are exponential, especially because the skills that you're actually learning on the platform directly transcribe into going and actually using them in the workforce or perhaps starting your own business with those skill sets. On the contrary, there actually aren't that many cons, in my opinion, to the platform, except one major one. And that con could be a deal breaker for some people, and that is that whatever you want to learn on Skillshare ultimately can be learned basically anywhere else online for free. Now that does come with a couple caveats. One is that finding the information on Skillshare elsewhere on places like YouTube or something like that is going to be a lot harder to find. It's not going to be very well produced in comparison, and the interaction for questions about the content isn't going to be nearly to the degree that Skillshare provides. I mean, just think about it. How many times have you actually gone onto a YouTube video and left a comment because you were confused about something inside of the video in hopes that either the creator of the video or someone else lurking in the comment section goes ahead and decides to take time out of their day to respond to you to basically no avail? It doesn't happen all the time, but when it does and you're really stuck and you can't find anything else, that's where it comes into play, especially if you are a visual learner like myself that doesn't like learning through reading textbooks or reading online forums. Skillshare is going to provide that quality of life to whatever you're trying to learn. You're going to be able to ask questions to the course creator. You're going to be able to leave reviews and read other people's reviews of the information inside the course in a more thorough, digestible format. And overall, if you want a packaged deal for a specific subject, Skillshare is the place to go. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about my experience as a teacher on Skillshare. At the time of recording this video, I have 2 courses on Skillshare. One of them is about making YouTube thumbnails, and the second one is about how to price your services as a freelancer, which was just released. I do plan on creating a couple more courses on Skillshare over the next coming weeks and months. Depending on when you're watching this video, that might change. Firstly, I definitely underestimated the time that it would take to produce a full-length course. I'm used to producing YouTube videos that don't require as much in-depth editing and don't require as many individual components and strategical parts as creating a full-blown course would. So that was probably a little bit of just beginner's learning curve. If I created a lot more courses on Skillshare, I'm sure my workflow would increase, but it's definitely a difference in producing a YouTube video like I'm used to producing a full multi-step course. In total, for a course that's maybe 15 or 20 minutes, maybe a little bit longer, say 30, 40 minutes long, it's going to take me anywhere between 6 to 12 hours to both record, edit, and upload to Skillshare. Now I'm going to go ahead and jump onto my computer and we're going to go through some of my stats as a teacher, and I'm going to be breaking down the metrics that Skillshare provides to give insight as to how your courses are producing, not just monetarily, but also in their search engines. Okay, so we are in my Skillshare dashboard right now online, and if we head over to Teach and then to Your Teacher Stats, you're going to be able to see some of the stats that I've been able to gain. And scrolling down here, ignoring the stuff at the top for a brief second, I want to show you the time period of what I'm talking about. So as you can see with Skillshare's search algorithm and course algorithm, the earlier months when you produce a course seem to be less profitable than the months following. Now, I don't really know exactly what systems or metrics they're using to determine how a course is viewed, if they just show it to more people in the higher search rankings when you search for a keyword because it's been out longer, or it just takes a little bit of time for it to ramp up in their engines. Either way, I'm pretty sure this is going to be something similar to what you would see on your end if you were to produce a course on Skillshare for the first time without any other social following inside of the platform. But in total, as we can see, I've earned $70, soon to be more this coming month of March. I actually just earned my first premium referral. I do have one of them, it's just not showing here. But at the top, we can see the total number of students, $2 earned, as well as minutes watched. So you can go ahead and do all of those calculations for yourself. And as I mentioned earlier, on the right-hand side, we have my YouTube thumbnail course, as well as the course that I literally just released 4 days ago. The reason this actually has no viewers or students yet is because there was a content guideline compliance issue on this one that I had to fix today. But if you go and check on my Skillshare profile, this should be up and running and ready to go. So as we can see down here, kind of going all over the place, but I wanted to get the most important information out first. This is a graph that shows you your total minutes watched as well as your premium minutes watched if you have, say, free courses versus paid courses. And then down here, we see the fluctuation of students. So there aren't a whole lot of data points for teachers in Skillshare. There's not a whole lot of feedback in terms of your tags and your keywords and how they're ranking. However, there is a decent linear graph that shows the most important stats, how many minutes are watched, and then how many students that you have inside of your classes. Well, that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you found it informative or useful, make sure to drop a like on the video and also subscribe for more content. Again, if you're interested in Skillshare at all, there is an affiliate link in the description below that's going to give you 2 months of free access, saving you $20. I do get a kickback on that, so do with that what you will. Thank you again for watching, and until next time, my name's Delvige, and I'm out. Peace.